What's going on? It's your man DJ Big Mike. This is Beyond the Tracks podcast, your podcaster's favorite podcast. People, I got some special gentlemen in the building tonight. Let me tell you, if you can't see him and see the resemblance, that's my nephew Jared. He's from 2J Marketing and Media. We have, I got to switch the camera. We have Tyler. He's the other J?
He's the other J.
John.
John's his real name. He goes by Tyler's middle name. So
see, that's weird. That's kind of like Charles Michael, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah, and then we have my man Carl from Hidden Motorsports. What's going on, fellas?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. How's your weekend been?
Busy. Way too busy.
That's how it's supposed to be. So y'all got some serious things coming up Sunday, right?
Sir.
Yes.
Cool. Why don't you? Who wants to hit off and start talking about it?
Yeah,
ahead, Carl,
I'll start
drive.
going. Yeah, so we got this event called No Half Sends at Summit Motorsports Park in Norwalk, Ohio. We did our first event 2 years ago. It was 2021. So it's like all day drag racing, all day roll racing. We got pit bike racing, RC racing, car shows going on. The first event went amazing. It was like a 70-degree day, sunny. It was just absolutely perfect. We probably had like 500-600 people there. Like,
Nice.
it was just the perfect day, and we're hoping for that again this coming Sunday. By the time you guys see this, it'll probably only be a few days away.
This will drop on Friday, so yeah.
Oh,
a couple
it's
days.
gonna be in 2 days.
So for people like that don't know about the different types of racing, break that down a little bit.
So you got drag racing. That's where you see people line up to the light, and light turns green, you go. You got roll racing, which is you kind of start back farther. You get a 30 or 40 mile per hour roll, and then the light turns green, and then you hit the gas. It's a little bit easier on the car. So for people that are making a lot of power, but they haven't upgraded like their axles and stuff, because those like to snap if you start from a stop. But roll racing, it's a little more forgiving on the car.
Okay.
Just another fun thing. It's like what you would do if you're on the highway and you and your buddies slow down a little bit and then go. But of course,
see what I'm talking about?
Hey,
You're already telling on himself.
No, that's in Mexico though.
Mexico.
We only do our racing
In
in
Mexico.
Mexico.
That's right.
Race wars.
Cool. Tyler, the other Jay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Talk about what you got going on.
Yeah, so, your nephew here is my partner. We kind of handle a lot of the marketing for the event. But, yeah, we're helping to jump in with Carl. Hopefully spark this off to be something that we can do every year. So I'm just glad to be a part of it. I'm really excited for things that aren't racing. Jared's our car guy in this group. So selfishly, I'm excited for the food trucks we have coming. So we've got Smash Dogs. His mother owns Pappy's.
Pappy Bob's Barbecue and Catering.
Oh, okay.
They've got. He was telling me they've got
Awesome
chicken
food
wings. We've got Ernest Brewworks coming. So I'm excited for the food and the drinks that are going to be there.
Food and drinks.
So you're the foodie.
Oh yeah.
These two are the car guys.
All day.
It goes hand in hand, don't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
two together for me is perfect.
Yeah.
So.
food and fast cars like that.
absolutely.
That seems like
That's
it's
what
just
makes you
meant to
happy.
be. Right.
Right.
So, Jared, what you got going on?
So yeah, I'm really excited. Like John said, Tyler, our biggest thing is like we're a new business. So we do a lot of the digital marketing, social media, internet presence, and a lot of the event promotion space. So this being like I'm being a car guy, and this being like our first major event, like it just kind of went hand in hand. It was a perfect opportunity. So I'll have my Supra there. It's not that fast yet. I'm gonna be like Carl one day. But
Hey, the Camaro will be there. It's just not fast.
So,
For those that don't know Jared, he has a weird fascination about buying and selling shit.
man,
yes,
went
he does.
Especially cars.
I got to go there because I'm telling you, it's in the genes.
it
It's
is
in the genes.
It is.
My dad just he'll buy and sell you if that's what if somebody wants to buy you. You know what I mean? And so and his dad is the same way. I'm kind of the same. I'm kind of more the entrepreneur brain. It's like I'm the one that I probably wait too long for shit because I'm constantly analyzing shit and trying to figure things out. But I need to get more like this kid,
Man.
and just pull the trigger
I
and
think
keep
he
it
brought
moving.
me along for the 2J scene just for the organization piece of it. And
Yeah.
he's just like, can you just like handle all the paperwork and I'll have fun.
He's the brains as
Yeah.
well.
I'm like, yeah,
That's
all right.
the creativity side of our family.
Yes.
Like,
That-
Jared's
and
the
that's
brain,
usually
though.
that's usually me. I'm the one, hey, can you do we need to get this LLC? Do we need to do can we do this? How do we get a bank account? Like I'm the one doing all that stuff behind the scenes. And I was for BTT as well, and then my brother had to step away, my other partner had to step away. So I'm like, listen, I'm gonna continue to do this, man, because I just enjoy it. I love it. I'm having a good time meeting new people like you guys.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm excited.
yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, I have to damn work on Sunday. So I won't be able to make it because I was planning on making it because I thought I was off. But I took the Saturday off because I have a wedding to do. And then they hit me with, well, we got you on for Sunday. And I'm like, well, that's,
No, man.
you can't give a brother the whole weekend.
But
But
I gotta recover on
yeah,
Sunday.
with that being said, I just had 5 days off. So, and I go back tomorrow night. So I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be more in the future, too. So we'll get you out there.
I'm going to try.
Everybody push DJ Big Mike to get a BMW so that way you can
Oh, yeah,
participate.
absolutely.
I have to have a BMW?
I'll settle for anything. But
I mean, if you want to be cool, you can get BMW.
yeah, all the
Okay.
cool kids are driving.
Well, I mean, who do I need to talk to get a BMW?
What's good?
I mean,
I hope you find one.
I mean, I got a pretty decent credit score. I mean,
There you go.
but then I'll start messing with you, and then all of a sudden, like it's gonna void all the warranties.
Hey, we're gonna double your
100%.
horsepower
off the
first
bat.
weekend.
Off the bat.
And yeah, so talk about that a little bit too, Carl, about race performance and that kind of stuff, and the things that you do.
Yeah, so
with
Hidden
that.
Motorsports, it's been like a college thing for me. The name actually I had written down like in a college notebook, and I happened to just find it 5 or 6 years ago, and started for most of me like growing up in high school, not having any money, your car breaks, you can't pay for anyone, so you just start learning yourself. Just kept getting better and better, and I've just been fascinated. I actually grew up in New London, Ohio, which is right next to Norwalk, where the racetrack is, where we're going to be racing, and just got involved with cars, making everything faster and better. About 9 years ago, I bought my first BMW, and I paid some shop up by Warren, Michigan, which I found out is not the best place in the world. So I had some shop try to do some work, and then they tried to like scam me and all this money, and it turned into just a complete S show. So I was like, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it myself. And so we started doing it. Word got around Toledo that, hey, they're building fast BMWs. Maybe they can help you out. And I was like, sure, man. And we started out in our garages. 2-3 years ago, it's been a 4-car garage. We're working nonstop on the side. And we're like, all right, it's time to start looking for a big shop. And back around Thanksgiving time, we got our new shop. It's nice 4,000 square foot facility in Maumee. Got quite a few lifts in there. We got our little kids area because me and my partners, we all have like 1.5-year-old kids. So we got a little kids play area, TV, N64. We got a kitchen set up, 3 Earnest beers on draft. You know how we do that.
You got room for a podcast setup?
Oh, absolutely. We got room.
I might have to, it is in Ohio, but
Yeah,
I can work with it.
It's depressing. I know.
Are you an Ohio State fan, by the way?
No, I got accepted to University of Michigan, but the out-of-state tuition was way too much money, so I went to Toledo instead.
I was just, I was wondering because I didn't know if we was gonna have to like stop the podcast early.
How do you feel about Notre Dame?
What's up, Jared? How you doing, man?
we
You
won't
all
go
right?
there.
Yeah.
We won't go there.
I'm sorry, what'd you
it's
say?
better than OSU. I will give you
Isn't
that.
OSU a
but
community college still?
something like that? Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I like the way this.
Hey, all
They
I know
drink
is
like one.
my son is 2 years old and he's never seen Michigan lose to Ohio State, so we're doing good now.
We're on the bigger and better
You came
times
around
right
the
now.
right
so.
time.
Yep, I know.
Perfect timing.
was a
Perfect
rough
timing. It was meant to
You
be.
had to wait
It was
about.
meant to be. Yeah. So one of the things I like to do with guests and Summit DJ is kind of go around and ask you what you're listening to right now. So what are you listening to?
Man, that's a tough question. I listen to everything.
I ain't asked you.
How do you say that? I
Ask you
can't.
what you listen to right now.
I listen to artists. I don't even know how to say their name. What's that? Brent Fayette. See, the kids are gonna make fun of me after they watch this, but Brent Fayette, something like that. And then Childish Gambino's always classic, man. Yep, I like Childish Gambino.
All right.
So
What say you, Carl?
Also, being a DJ for like 8 years out in Bowling Green, my music taste is all over the place. I grew up in high school being a little, emo kid, little punk rock kid, and I still like all that music, but then I get into my dubstep. I get into my pop music, my dance music. If I'm in my truck, I got country music playing.
Okay.
I'm in the car, I'm bumping.
Versatile.
Oh, everything. It depends on what mood I'm in.
Who's your favorite artist right now?
Dude, I don't even think I have one right now.
You got to
actually.
pick one.
You gotta pick
I
one.
I wanna make fun of him. That's what I really want to do. But
Oh, this is actually probably this band out of Germany called Eskimo Cowboy. They do like rock and scream music, but it's also like dubstep dance music in one. So it's like combining
So you get like all the genres.
all
you
of them
mentioned.
at once.
you,
and
you got some weird ass friends. Bro.
that's what we do.
Ain't nobody said Tupac, Jay-Z, none of that. Right?
Of course. Like,
Well, that's a given.
Everyone likes some of that.
Right. So what are you listening to?
he's
So
a
for-
Michael Bolton kind of guy.
Mike,
No, that's what Mike. Myself, I'm country through and through. I'm big on Morgan Wallen right now for the newer people, but I'm very old school. He makes fun. I drive in my Chevy. I listen to Alan Jackson and Garth Brooks.
How old are you?
30 on the dot. Just turned 30 in
I didn't
February.
think you was that old, but okay. You're not that old to be listening to
I'm still
old school Alan Jackson and shit.
That's what I love though. That's what I was raised on. You know, they'd stand me like on my grandfather's jukebox and butt
Hell
naked
yeah.
or whatever.
There you
just
go.
boots on. That's what we did.
I've been listening to a lot of Jelly Roll, especially since
I
he's on the
love Jelly
swim
Roll.
team.
He's really getting
Jelly
up there. I
Roll
just
is
heard a
so
song
good.
saving me. I like that. It was
This is
nice.
what's crazy though. Shout out to 8 Mile Vodka and Mikey Shoe because Mikey put me on the Jelly Roll probably 3 years ago, I guess, and it was hip hop. Like it was his hip hop stuff, and I'm like, that shit is fire. But he never did anything with his hip hop stuff.
Yep.
It's like he did a couple like country-ish
Yep,
songs,
kind of fusion.
and then all of a sudden like that just blew up. And then so yeah, I'm happy to see that brother be successful.
John, was it you that met him? Did you meet him? I can't remember. If that was you or not.
I thought I had met him. It was a guy who identical to him. Tattoos weight was identical.
Did you get a picture
Was
with
not
him
him
too
though.
and everything?
The guy had me fooled.
He played the card and got a free mattress.
The guy
at
ended up
Mattress
becoming a friend of mine though, and we just call him Jelly Roll.
call him Jelly Donut.
Something.
Jelly Donut. You got Jelly
just
Donut, Jelly Roll.
No.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. One of the things that we talk a lot about too on the podcast, we always talk about. We usually get up talking about music and fashion and that kind of stuff because one of my new co-hosts, T-Rup, he can't be here today, but he's all over the place, right? And then we have my other co-host, Lloyd, who's actually a fashion designer, and he's an artist. So he's done some of these paintings and that kind of stuff in here. We'll talk about that. But it's just wild, like, people's different taste. What's the craziest thing you've ever worn outside?
Craziest thing I've ever worn outside.
See, I'm hitting you with the tough ones, huh?
I'm curious. That's a
Man, you might have to come back to me on that one.
I only ask that question now because my co-host T-Rup, shout out to T-Rup once again, he will go out, bro, in a muumuu. And if you guys watched the last podcast, like Lloyd is actually going to design him some custom muumuus.
Oh yeah.
My man will hit Walmart's in a muumuu and some Crocs, bro.
It's some crap.
I'm going to have to raise my hand on this one.
I can't do the Crocs.
What is a muumuu?
What a muumuu is like what old grandmas wear.
grandmothers,
It's like a super duper long T-shirt, like comes down to your
So
to your
thrift shopping. So okay. Okay. Oh, that's
we'll
what
call it that.
Oh, nightgown dresses. kinda
How old are
stuff.
you?
I'm 34.
See, you should know what the hell a muumuu is.
We never called it muumuu.
I have old Southern grandmothers, so
Yeah, it was like nightgown or pajama dress.
That's okay. We'll call it a pajama dress.
All right.
That sounds more.
So now when you see him again, you might
more-
get your pajama dress
Yeah.
more
on.
fitting, yeah,
T-Rope rocking pajama dresses
and Crocs.
and Crocs.
And
Hey,
Crocs.
hey, if you ain't crocking, you ain't rocking.
Hey, I got
That's
some
how
on
feel.
right now. I got some on right
I
now.
just took mine off to put my Chucks on when I came up
man.
here.
Let me see. I'm just getting camera angles right. We're not editing shit. This is all going to be on YouTube. So
Okay.
that's how I get down.
All right,
No, I love
all
it.
right. I'm
All right.
I hate editing all day, every day.
Nah,
Shout
it's
out to
horrible.
Holly, he does all my editing now.
It's horrible. There's no sense in it. You just keep shit
Just
going.
go. This is what you get.
Yeah, if you don't, if you don't like it, just fast forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
back.
Hashtag no filter.
What's the craziest thing you've ever worn outside?
yeah. Let's
Outside, man, my wife would tell you, like, I'm so particular, man. Like, it irritates the shit out of me to see people in pajamas and shit like that.
At Walmart
The
look.
SpongeBob.
Honestly,
SpongeBob
man,
pajamas, Cookie Monster.
the weirdest
Slippers.
thing I've probably ever worn outside is some shit that's not ironed. Because I'm an iron fanatic.
Yeah,
So-
I'm hip to the steamer. Are you hip to the?
Yeah,
steamer works well.
I'm
No
think I'm-
wrinkles, bro.
Yeah.
And then I spend like 4 hours ironing shit. And then I put it on and I sit down for 30 seconds and it's all wrinkled again. That's just the way it works.
Yeah, that's the worst.
30 years old though. I'll tell you, if I want it done right, I'll still take it to Mamaw. I'll take it. I'm like Mamaw, we got something big coming up. I need everything pressed.
I
the
need
right
that
way.
starch.
I need it
I
the
need
right
that
way.
Starch. All the starch on it. Your clothes are just rock solid.
Man, I remember I had, speaking of just starch, real quick, I took my shirts to this dry cleaner. And she's like, well, do you want starch? And I'm like, yeah. Like every place else is they just give you light starch.
Yeah.
Bruh, I put the damn shirt on. That shit was crunchy. It
It's
was
a
like,
cardboard.
I'm like, damn, I need to be real specific when I take them there.
Yeah, that's when my fashion's all over the place. I got probably 10 3-piece suits of different colors. So going out, I'm always like the suit guy, 3-piece
Oh, he's the
vest,
boss.
everything. But then the other half of the time,
suits.
it's whatever jeans on with some Crocs and and like one of my T-shirts because we have all of our merch. So I'm on opposite ends of the spectrum. So if we're going out to look nice, I got that covered. If not, I'm comfortable.
I like it.
We do it all.
I like it.
You guys are making me jealous. I'm gonna need Crocs real soon.
You got to get you some Crocs.
That's
bro.
actually our new merch. shirt.
We're gonna
It's
be a
getting printed
1J
right now.
if he
Really?
starts rocking
Yeah.
Crocs
It's
everywhere.
like 2 Crocs like this, the American flag Crocs, and it says, if you ain't crocking, you ain't rocking. Hidden Motorsports, right?
I'm gonna get it.
Bro, you got to get you some Crocs.
Gotta get me some
They got
Crocs.
slides, bro. They got you can put
They
it in
stepped their
sport
game
mode.
up. They were collabing with people and everything. They had a Post
Yes.
Malone Croc.
Post,
I'm
Posty.
like,
I love
man.
Posty.
yeah, they're definitely stepping it up. You can get
I,
Crocs with spoilers and turbos on
oh,
them now, man.
Damn straight.
Shovels.
Like, yeah,
Shovels.
shovels.
Shovels. I just ordered some headlights because you never know when you're going to need them in the dark. You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
Do they light up though? That's the
Yes, for
What?
sure.
Okay, I'm gonna need some.
You think I'm just gonna get some bullshit? No, this is top of the line
those
shit
Crocs
here.
on.
This is top of the line shit here. Yeah. Real quick, I'm gonna shout out some of our sponsors before I forget about them because I could never forget about them. First and foremost, we got my man JC from JC Quality Construction. He does everything from the 2x4 to the key to the front door. Hit him up, mention Beyond the Tracks podcast, and he will give you 15% off all material. That's right, 15% off all material. Don't ask him about the labor, but the materials he gonna hook you up with. And then of course we have Six Blessings Cafe and Boutique all the way from Tennessee. They're our newest sponsors. She does everything from catering to small events, big events. She has a boutique where she has a bunch of home decor. Everything's awesome. She actually partnered with my wife on the Sip and Shop pop-ups, if you guys been to those. And then we also have 8 Mile Vodka. Of course, the Tomey brothers, the Berkeless brothers, I always beat their name up. The Berkeless brothers, and of course, my man, 8 Mile Mikey Shoemaker. And then we have my man, Lloyd Cheatham from Cheap Designs. He does all this fashion gear. Check him out at cheap-designs.com. Or in the last podcast, he said he also was balling, so he also bought cheapdesigns.com because now he can afford that kind of stuff because he's doing good work. So shout out to him, and let's get back. What do you want to talk about, fellas?
Man,
Well, Jared, you want to talk about maybe some of the projects we've got,
yeah,
on the horizon?
Absolutely. So, as I was saying, we're a new business. Got to start somewhere, obviously, and we hit the ground running. Thanks to Carl, huge shout out because he kind of saw the vision, helped jump in and say, "Hey, here's some opportunities." So we got to give you big props to that. Like
Thanks, man.
exposure's been huge, and then we got. Couple different businesses that we're working with as far as food trucks, things like that, trying to get in that restaurant space. Couple of future events planned. There's still some things in the air about another No Half Cents later on this year, which you can speak more on
I
that.
believe it might be August 20th. I think that's the date.
So, and then we're just trying to, there's some ideas out there about collabing, with different companies, things like that. Obviously, we could always bring Carl on board about just doing some paid car shows around Toledo, get people off the streets and Meyer parking lots, get them into one more
So are you
structured
looking
spot.
more into like the event planning
So
kind of space, or
we got kind of two arms that we do. That's the event planning space, and then right now we're working with a couple of businesses. Ohio Paint and Drywall is a huge one. Shout out to those guys. Kevin at Ohio Paint and Drywall, where we were kind of collabing with him to get his internet presence right, make sure he's looking real good on social media, making sure all of his search engines on top notch. So to kind of break it down, what we do, we mostly just focus on internet image as a whole. So like your review sites, social media, and your search engine appearance. So we just
Tyler does that, don't he?
yeah, he's
Actually, Jared's pretty good at that.
yeah. I'm more.
Is he really though?
He's pretty good.
Is he really?
He's
I've seen his Facebook
He's
page,
taught
bro.
himself search engine optimization. I'm like,
Yes,
that big head's got to be full of knowledge, man.
So and that's we complement each other well, just because like I'm like my mind, I got the ADHD, man. It's all over the place. So he kind of helps keep me grounded and rope it all in and just kind of put it to fruition. And then, I mean, he's had some brilliant ideas, too, as far as you've been really pushing the event space. Things
Yeah,
like
I think
that,
that's
so.
probably where we're going to find our niche early on in all of this. But, I mean, we've had a vision of doing something. I mean, me and Jared, we met in 2014 working at Sprint together, two
Yep,
two
back in
cell
the
phone
day.
salesmen. And I think there
That's where the hustle comes from.
Yes. Yeah, we had to. Our boss at the time, they wouldn't have accepted anything less.
Yeah.
Shout out Foddy Gully. But yeah, we had a vision of doing something for years. We're like, this just clicked. And I know, and we have a bunch of other ideas. I know Jared's huge on automotive media. That's something he's wanting to branch out here in the near future. I'm pretty big in the fitness space. I'm wondering if I want to get into the fitness space a little bit.
Okay.
But we have some big things on the horizon, real estate, insurance, all kinds of cool stuff that we're
Right,
going to probably
right. We
branch
got
out here in the
pipeline,
future.
so-
So
Yeah.
a lot of cool things we want to get into here together.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the entrepreneurship spirit. That's one thing that I think COVID kind of pushed people
Absolutely.
to really
I agree
look
with
at that space, you know.
You can be your own boss. You can work from home.
Yeah, you know, and I'm a nurse, so it's like for me, COVID it didn't affect me at all. You know what I mean? Because it's like I had actually more opportunities. But yeah, it's like I've noticed like people just have their own businesses and they everything from like things that like we've been working on and me and my wife been working on for years is candles, and she's perfected that. You know what I mean? But now it's like everybody has a candle business because now they've made it so easy. You can just go out and buy the soy wax. You don't have to blend anything yourself. You don't have to mix all your scents because they got 25 million scents. But I love like that's kind of the thing even with this. Like when we talked about doing a podcast, me and my brother, I'm like, bro, let's do it. Like he was in Arizona. And so I'm like, I'm buying mics, I'm buying all this stuff, just waiting for him to come home. Initially, we were going to do it like live stream from Monroe and Arizona. And then he moved in and he was kind of like shuffling his feet a little bit. And so I said, man, can I borrow your mic? He said, yeah, whatever. Got his mic. I put out my own little podcast. He was like, damn, you going to take my mic to do a podcast without me? But it's like,
Absolutely.
now it's like, bro, let's do it. And then we did it out of his house for about a year. And then we found this space. We made this home, and we've been here ever since. It's been, what, probably 2 years?
Yeah.
2.5 years?
Yeah.
Something like that. So now this year we're just starting to, we're kind of like you guys were. Like you find something, you start it, and then you branch off from that. So like we're getting into more like we want to do more production, you know, produce other people's podcasts, that kind of stuff. I'm doing creative conversations with Lloyd. He's going to have his own. I got another person working on a few. So yeah, if you guys are ever interested in that space, hey, this space is your
absolutely.
space.
That's definitely
Yeah.
something.
And I'm glad you touched on that COVID too, because that's kind of what got my gears turning towards the digital marketing. Because when everybody was sitting at home and they saw everything advertised everywhere, everybody wanted to jump into it. But like I started to see like a missed opportunity because like a lot of businesses were paying a lot of money for those services, but they weren't actually getting anything out of them. Like they're getting plastered all over, but people look at that and see they just kind of tie it in with every other 30 businesses they just saw in the last 5 minutes. So what we kind of focus more on is like the organic side of things. So like we're actually digging in and we're communicating with some of these prospective customers, things like that on social media. So it's not just blast your face over here and post you 10 times. Like we're getting you into the like Facebook groups, getting you on Instagram, and actually doing some interacting and bringing you in some leads. So
Okay.
And
almost like a recruiting
yeah.
side of things. But
I think someone had asked me once, they're like, you know, what separates you and Jared's business? What separates 2J from someone else who's doing the
I was
exact
going to
same
ask
thing?
that same question.
I would say the one thing is we're not necessarily money or fee driven. We're results driven. We want to see your small business become a large business, or if that's your dream, maybe you want it to stay a small business,
Right.
but we want to show you that you can get results. You don't have to pay an arm and a leg and bankrupt yourself when we can help you do it the right way and make it happen for you. And I think that's what sets us apart.
So yeah, that's the biggest part. It's like a lot of digital marketing places. They'll get you blasted everywhere, like I said, but they're not the strongest. The best type of advertising is word of mouth, and it's hard for a marketing company to kind of be able to touch on that. So that's where we defer ourselves. Is we're making sure we're getting you out there, but we're getting that word of mouth buzzing as well. So
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna have to work with you.
appreciate it. Looking forward to
There
it.
you go.
I get a family
Networking.
discount.
Of course, man. Like,
Five.
this guy did my wedding, man. He was-
5%. I'm gonna get 5%.
Let me tell you, he
5%.
hooked me up on my wedding, so
That I did.
absolutely.
This is fun. We'll probably want to come sit with you all the time now, man.
Yeah, for sure. Hidden Motorsports. Where do you see that in the next couple years?
Hopefully much huger than it already is now. I mean, as opposed to 3 years ago, that's when we started taking it seriously, still on the side, because like I build houses during the day. I'm a project manager. My other two partners, they are general managers for other big companies, and we're just trying to get to the point where we can quit the daytime jobs and do this full time. Mainly just, we got our customer cars. We'd love to get a couple more employees. They're working our customer cars, and then the three of us are working on our YouTube cars and like the TV show cars and things like that. Because I really like doing that type of work, and I'm a real big people person. I don't know. I just like talking to people.
You're a
love
DJ.
hanging out. Oh yeah, DJ, I do it all. Everyone always calls me like the face of their company because I'm one of those, like my wife calls me a social butterfly. We can go somewhere out to eat, sitting at the bar, and the guy next to me will be like, hey, yeah, John, what do you do? All this. And then by the end of dinner, he's got cards, and he's like, okay, yeah, our meeting's next Wednesday. We're going to do this together. Like I can, because network is your net worth.
Yes.
Like if
Yeah,
you don't see an
absolutely.
opportunity in everything that you do,
Yeah.
it's,
Absolutely.
yeah, you're thinking the wrong way. I just really want us to get a much even bigger shop. Like I'm talking like 10,000 square foot,
Okay.
huge, all this stuff, get a bigger online
I'd fit a couple
presence.
cars in there.
Oh yeah, just a couple,
3, 4.
3 or 4.
I come work for you too. I can't wrench. I can't do none of that. But I can go grab somebody a beer or something.
Absolutely, man. Hey, $5 an hour, you got this.
Like that. I'm gonna get $5 an hour. $5 an hour and all the beer I can drink.
All the beer you can drink.
That's a steal.
He just went broke.
It's funny though because our biggest sponsor is Ernest Brewworks, and we get beer for about that much.
All right.
So it's real nice. I
Well,
love
you got
when a
some-
beer
You
company.
got some good friends, boy.
It's on tap. Just visit them at the shop.
Oh,
literally.
absolutely.
It's on tap.
Beer company is the biggest sponsor, so that's what helps get our craziest builds.
8 Mile. Did you hear that? We're gonna need
Mile.
some 8 Mile vodka on tap.
At Hidden Motorsports.
Possibly. Let me get it.
Oh, yeah,
let me
you gotta get it
let me
here
get it here
first.
first.
I'm trying to
I mean, bro,
overstep, right?
bro, I'm still paying for my bottles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even getting free bottles right now.
8 Mile vodka. That sounds good. Maybe with a little bit of ginger beer too, some lime juice, make a nice
There you
meal
go.
out of it.
I think that's called that might be called the John R. or something like that.
The John R. I have to
Yeah.
try some of that. Where do I get some of that at?
Man, right now they have it at, I know around here, you can get it in Myers. You can get it at Liquor Plaza. You can get it at, what's the one out? Partyville? Damn,
And
how come-
Toledo, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
think-
any in the studio right now?
There is.
Oh.
Well,
About the
I
samples.
think I got a little piece.
I'm all about supporting
piece.
sponsors. I'm
Yeah.
all about that.
I think I got a little something in the backup. You know what I mean? Maybe a shot or two.
All right. That's
We'll work it out. What about you? You over there real quiet. What happened?
I like my whiskey, and I'd like some right now if you have it.
Jameson. That's mine right there.
Damn, I don't have
So
no-
Jameson has ruined my life before. Many a night. So I think it might be a bourbon, but I like my Jim Beam now. Is what I like. So
All right.
Man, you are country, bro.
it's,
Like,
it's unintentionally. Really, I just fell into that. That's,
Like I was gonna offer him a beer or something, but I have
we like that too, but-
blackberry ale in there, and he don't want that. He want a fucking Coors Light. Yeah,
have
keep it
one of
moving.
no. I like blackberry. Go ahead, bring that out.
Here, I'm gonna hook you up. Go ahead.
Oh,
y'all
what?
keep talking. I'm a bartender for a minute.
So this is DJ Big Mike.
We're spinning the ones and twos tonight, right here.
What you gonna? I got a blackberry blonde and I got a tropical.
Let's do blackberry.
All right.
Do you like the blondes? I like anything probably alcohol flavored.
All right. Jared, what about you?
Carl, how are things at home?
I got some.
Things are great.
I got some sparkling. For you. I know you. Like
Yeah, I'm a child.
He's gentle.
Old enough yet.
Aren't you more
We'll
of a
do
Bud Light guy?
sparkling. Yeah.
I have a wonderful alcohol story about Jared if anyone's
Man,
interested.
let's keep that.
How many of those stories?
Grandmama's listening.
This is Big Lake
I'll take
Brewing
the sparkling,
Tropical
it's fine.
Ale.
You said what?
What are the sparkling ones if you got it?
Blackberry blonde.
Sheboygan. Oh, it's out of Holland,
Right.
Michigan. My friends live in Holland, Michigan. Wait, you open it and it goes,
Outside,
push.
I got the blueberry cobbler ale.
Blueberry cobbler.
Yeah, so this is, you said odd side.
That's outside. They're out of Michigan. I only buy Michigan beers.
You know, people that don't drink this beer like us like to call us hipsters, but no, we just like good tasting stuff.
We just cool ass fucking people.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And we drink better than you do.
That's right.
And I fuck some Bud Light too if that's all we had. I ain't scared.
That's probably my beer of
Yeah.
choice. Sorry, guys. It goes with the Chevy truck,
I'm
probably.
like I don't care about the whole everything behind it. Like you guys do you know what I mean? If you're happy, you're happy. I'm gonna drink some Bud Light.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Carl looks more like a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
PBR.
Back in my home country town, so that's how hillbilly my town was. We had drive your tractor to school day, and people are like, "What's that mean? You just drove your tractor to school because everyone has a tractor?" I'm like, "Yeah, everyone has a tractor, and we all drove them to school." That's an actual thing.
People say that about like Newport, and they
I was
don't
about to
believe it.
say
It's
that,
like, no,
yeah.
that shit's true.
I would make fun of you, but I'm an Erie Mason boy, and that was the thing at our school too. So
4-H club.
I
and
forgot
all
you
that
went to
stuff.
damn Erie Mason.
yeah,
We're all the country folk.
How'd you work that out?
that's where I lived.
That's white.
I mean, he had to fight a lot, but
That's like
Black pepper's too spicy white.
yeah. Say it one more time for the people in the back.
ketchup's too spicy.
I survived, but no,
I
it wasn't too
forgot you
bad.
went to Erie
Yeah,
Mason.
yeah. I mean, we were like
Bro.
right in LaSalle, so we were close to Monroe, but I went to Jefferson for a little bit. That was like first to seventh grade. That ended up at Erie Mason.
You know what? That makes so much sense of how you pronounce all of your syllables. It makes sense.
I haven't noticed this now, so now I need to listen to the syllables.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Erie Mason, I guess.
Erie
Well,
Mason.
Bring your tractor to school day.
That's the Eagles, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Eagles,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I stayed out there for a minute too. For a minute.
Just a minute.
That's all you need is a minute.
Hot
to
second.
experience
I was like, oh, I got to get back to the east side. I'm scared out here. It's too bright.
East side of Toledo.
it. That's funny.
You from the east side of Toledo?
No.
Oh,
No, we got
Ooh.
East End in Monroe.
I thought this. I was gonna say,
That's
damn.
where- yeah, that's
LaGrange,
where-
like, I'm
family
scared
right
now.
there. That's
That's
a
rough.
family. But and then John is from he moved up here from like Georgia or Kentucky or some shit.
Georgia, it's all the same.
It's a West Virginia family, but I'm Toledo born and raised. Fortunately and unfortunately at times.
Toledo born and raised.
West
Virginia,
Toledo, Whitmer High
Toledo
School.
by way of Virginia.
West
There you go.
Virginia, like the mountains, like in the hollers as they would call it.
Yeah.
Is that where you have like the Broncos? The Broncos?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
The Broncos.
I've never heard that. Yet.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I love it though. I got a cousin.
Oh, really?
It's my niece and my cousin.
Can I hear about this? Because I'm not like.
Wait, isn't this
I'm not
your-
aware.
It's actually just Jared.
Yeah,
It's just
so
Jared. It's Jennifer back in the day.
It's not him.
I had to switch up. Like no.
Will had a baby with my cousin Leanne on the other side of the family. See what I'm saying? So that's my cousin.
So I think it's like second cousins legal though, right?
I don't know what the hell it's called. I call all of them fucking crazy. That's just me.
I think that's everyone's family.
Yeah. For sure.
Jared, you got like 12 families.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's crazy.
12.
He got
But,
like 20,
yeah.
20. He like, he's my nephew, but shit, I got 47 brothers and sisters, something like that.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Now I believe it. So Jared every now and then will be like, "Can't, man. My grandma died. I can't come." I'm like, I've
You
heard now
got
23
16.
grandmas died.
That's
I'm
one
like,
of
I
12.
don't believe
Yeah.
you.
No, so my parents were both like they were never married, and so They each got divorced one time on top of that. So, like, I got step siblings.
They're
We got
professionals.
shout out to my dad. We got a lot of siblings on that side. And then my mom also adopted 3 younger boys too. On top of that, me and my brother. So like, I got a huge family.
Yeah. You do.
Yeah,
And I run into damn people, and they be like, "Oh, you know such and such," and I be like, "Nah," and they be like, "Oh, that's such and such is such and such," and I be like, "Oh yeah, that's my cousin."
Yeah.
That's a blessing though, man. Like I have a very small family. I've got these days about left a mother and a grandmother and a 3-year-old boy. That's about about the extent of it. So I'm always envious when people I've got like 20 brothers and sisters and all that. I'm like,
Yeah,
so it's a
crazy.
blessing, man.
I just got my one sister, and then I got a half sister too.
Lucky guy. That's why I had to move to Toledo. Like, I didn't know who I was related to in Monroe anymore.
I can't talk to anyone. I'm related to them all.
That's fact. You know, Caden just started dating.
Oh man, he's that old.
14.
Man,
And
got
he's
a couple
no.
he's out there in them streets. That's my grandson. And so I told him,
Grandson, how old are you?
12.
Okay.
No,
That's fair.
I'm 64.
Get out of here.
No.
I
real
look
talk.
great. I look great for 64. Nah,
I
So
want
that's
what
why
you
you're
have.
sick.
Are you messing with me?
no,
or-
I'm 50. I'm 51.
I was like, you were about the most handsome 64
I was
I've ever
going
seen
with
in my
it.
life.
I was gonna tell you that's why you need to buy his face wash. Keep it like
That is true.
I want
That is true.
Moisturizing's key, these ladies tell
That
me.
is true.
So
Yeah, you got to moisturize. Yeah, but my grandson started dating, and we're like, like we're all in, like who you dating, what's her name, blah blah blah, because we know how that is, right?
Yeah.
And I'm related to so many people, or I know, and come to find
You're
out,
actually dating your cousin.
yeah, Lord, that happened to me before. Like when I was like 12 or 13, 14, it was like I'm trying to holler at this girl. You know what I mean? And I'm all in, right? And I'm pushing, and she's starting to respond a little bit, and we kicking it, watching TV. My dad always had a TV on the front porch. I don't know if y'all's parents did that kind of crazy
TV on
shit,
front
but
porch,
yeah, we had. That's how we got down.
West Virginia, man. I told you.
Right, we from Alabama,
There's couches in the front yard.
right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, what you doing? I'm like, oh, trying to holler. My dad's like, that's your cousin. It's like, what? That's such and such's daughter. And I'm like,
See, our worlds are
shit.
so different.
Are you sure you're not from West Virginia too?
I could be. Well, like I said, my peoples came up from Alabama, so it's kind of the same.
That's
Yeah.
similar. I think I probably called Jared once. I went down to West Virginia to see my grandfather and my grandmother. My mom went with us, and we went to this little bar. It was dark, so dark. Country was playing. And this beautiful girl asked me to dance. She was like, "Come dance with me," with her accent. I'm like, "Hell yeah, all right." So we were slow dancing. I walked away. I probably called Jared, Devin, maybe a few of the guys. I'm like, I'm gonna marry this girl. My mom was laughing. I'm like, "What are you laughing at?" She's like, "That is your cousin." And I'm like, "Oh."
see how fast.
I'm like, "All right, I'm leaving. I'm going home."
Jerry, we need I don't know if it'll work, but we need a family reunion.
Oh man, I mean, it'd be
We'll plan
get
that
footage,
Jared's
throw it on
gonna
the
have like 3
podcast.
ex-girlfriends there.
Eventful.
That'll have to be a free event.
Live BTT podcast.
Yeah, from the Madison family reunion.
Ooh,
Will you
that'd be
DJ
fun.
it?
I'd be down for
Yeah.
it. I would be down for it.
Can I go too?
Absolutely.
I just want to watch.
Bro, yeah, everybody's invited.
Bro, you gonna be somebody's cousin.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't know. You from Ohio? We don't really fuck with people from Ohio.
I mean, I don't like them either.
he's a Michigan fan though, so we can.
He gets a half pass.
Right, there we go.
If he start talking crazy though, I'm gonna put his ass out.
I don't like the Browns, and I don't like the Buckeyes.
Okay. All right.
we're
All
good.
right.
Fair enough.
You a Michigander? Welcome to the team.
It's my people up here. I like it up here. Except for the roads. The roads suck up here. I will say Ohio has better roads.
That's
it.
That is facts. That is definitely
With our
facts.
lowered
Man, I get
cars
mad
hitting
at
these
our
potholes.
Toledo roads.
Oh, if you hit Detroit, you're in trouble. You'll never get out.
Yeah,
You'll never get in.
Hey, I've been to Detroit a few times. I like it a little bit.
In your car,
Yeah.
low ride.
Oh yeah. It just smashes rims.
Where you go?
Oh, the rims come
And
back.
I'm saying what you break.
He
We go
he
to
didn't drive a Hellcat, so
the
he was
auto
good.
show.
No Hellcats or Scat
No
Packs. so
Hellcats for me. Mm-mm.
Yeah, what you do with that? You saw that, didn't you?
yeah, for
Yeah,
that reason.
He had that for about
They
2
were-
weeks, maybe.
It was 4 months.
You're lucky you got rid of it before it got stolen.
Literally, that was the thing because I didn't have a garage at the time. I was I couldn't sleep. I was waiting for it to get stolen. Then one
so
of my
easy. Radio
yeah,
antenna steals
radio
your car.
antennas. That's it. One of my friends got stolen. Like literally, it was only by itself for 2 hours, right over on like off of Elm Street in that little neighborhood with the cookie
See,
cutter
and y'all
houses
want me to
there.
get shit like that?
No,
I don't want you to get
no
that. I want you to
Dodgers,
get BMW. You can't steal a BMW.
But when that happened, I was like, I
We
gotta
can
sell it.
figure it out.
So
Trust me, BMWs are so unstealable. You can't even get remote starts because the security system is that crazy.
that is
Really?
Like my wife wants one. It's $2,500 for a remote start, and you have to leave a key in the car to get it to work. That's how BMW security system is. You can't steal the car.
See, I'll never be able to get into it myself. I'm just not.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, man, a lot of times when I get up to go to work, I'm tired. Like I might fuck something up.
I'm sticking to my Chevys. I'm sorry.
you can have it. No.
Computer work, all of them's fun. Like I'm gonna be tuning Jared's car, and if I hit the wrong button, it'll completely fry his ECU,
Yep,
and then
it's
I'm gonna
game
be like,
over.
"Sorry, bro. We'll see you later." No.
So let's talk about this BMW stuff.
All right.
Because I have been looking at an X5.
Yep. Good.
But the
good
brand new ones, see the way my bank account is set up?
You got the checking and the savings.
I got checking, savings, investments. I have all that. But for some reason, when I type in like BMW, it automatically declines shit. I don't know why. I don't know if my wife's doing that shit.
You
or-
gotta find
a good
the
woman.
used ones. Like I have multiple BMWs, and I tell everyone buy them 3 to 5 years old instantly because they go from an $80,000 car to about 22 or 23. Like each one of mine, my BMWs, like I get always the 5 Series because I like the big girls. So they're nice
like
and
'em thick.
long and low. I like them thick. I don't like these little tiny like super little 2-seaters. I can't fit no.
Those are sweet. The
I can't
Supers
fit
is a little
mine
sweet.
either, so.
I get the big girls. I get both of my last 2 5 Series. I got 5 years old with 50,000 miles, and I paid $19,000 out the door for them. And they're mint looking. I tell everyone, I'm like, a BMW within 2 years has lost half of its value. That's how
true,
any Mercedes, that's how any car is. I'm like, that's how I feel about everything.
the
I'm like, don't
Mercedes.
ever buy a new car. Within 2 years, do not buy a new car. Just don't.
Yeah, I've been leasing forever.
Unless you lease.
But then I've been getting stuck because I used to drive so far. So like I would drive 45 miles one way. So I'm driving 90 miles a day, at least 5 days a week, plus on all my other driving. So of course I just blow through my miles.
that's too many.
Now I'm working in Monroe, and I think in the last 4 weeks I've driven like 62 miles. Or
There
something.
I
you
would
go.
keep leasing especially if you're in Monroe again. Like,
Especially if you don't like modifying your cars. Like me, I can't touch anything. Like when I go to buy a car, literally within the first hour, because we usually have like a dinner or drinks afterwards, I have a full parts list of parts already on the way.
I can never afford dinner after.
This
I
guy
get a
just
car.
did too with your Supra.
Yeah.
As soon as you bought it, you had parts on
I was
the
like,
way.
hey,
that
Carl.
night.
After I get a new car, I just have to go to bed for dinner.
See, we got to hang out with these guys because they sound like they got money.
Yeah,
It's true.
That's
Like
true,
I
I
tell
wish.
they've
everyone,
got good
like,
women at home.
Shout out to Samantha
Yeah, you
Henderson. I
get
got
on
a
that.
rich wife.
That's
No, I'm
right.
just
rich
kidding.
wife. I got one. My wife does good.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm trying to get Dana to get on OnlyFans, man. So them feet pics, bro.
Man, I wish
I'm
I could
look,
do
I'm with it.
OnlyFans.
And Dana, let's go.
I'm getting ready to do it myself. I got this one toe. It's got like this yellow green fungus on it. I'm like,
are into that.
somebody is
About to
probably
bust
gonna
out
be
the-
into that.
Bust
Somebody.
out the Gillette Mach 3 Turbo, shave them up, and we're getting on there.
Wait, we gotta shave our feet.
Yeah, if we're gonna sell, we gotta do it right, Carl.
Hey, that's what
I like the way you think.
Man.
I like the way you
You gotta pay to see these.
Yeah, I like the way you do business.
Got shaved
Let's
feet
go.
coming right up.
He talking about shaving. I wasn't shaving shit. I wasn't washing shit.
natural.
Matter of fact, I was planning on like walking out in the yard barefoot. People like dirty feet.
You know, that's a thing. So
Guys are
Hey, make sure after the podcast, bro, me and you gonna talk. We gonna set some shit up.
we're entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
I
we gonna,
sense it.
We're gonna set some shit up, and then you got the 2J media. Like hey,
If you guys start,
If it makes money, it makes sense. Shout out Fitty.
if you start taking off your shoes and comparing feet, I'm filming from behind and doing it behind the scenes. So this is what they do.
Carl's the silent partner on that. He wants in, but not.
I'll be
in.
like, okay, Jared, like just help file that corner off right there. I can't get it. Just
That's a family thing.
You're giving a whole new meaning to the word partner.
oh man, I love it.
But that's a good point though, because I like a lot of people. I feel like there's a lot of kids too that want to get into the car scene and they're just worried about the cost.
So
but
yeah, that's a big thing. What we do about Hidden Motorsports. Well, the adult joke is, which I tell everyone, is like my son. I was like, luckily he's obsessed with cars. And people were like, what would you do if your son didn't like cars? I'm like, hey, he'd be gone the next week. I'm kidding. It's a complete joke. My son's awesome, but he loves cars. I tell everyone, I'm like, get your kids involved with cars, because if they get addicted to cars, they'll never have money for drugs. Not ever. Like, I'm telling you, a drug habit would have been way cheaper. And they're like, people are like, oh, I used to spend $100 or $1,000 a week in drugs. I was like, that's cool. I dropped $10,000 today on an engine or a part. So trust me, you don't have money. But with Hidden Motorsports, we're all about the kids. So if you go to our YouTube channel, which is just Hidden Motorsports, you can see all of our videos. We're all about like doing it for the kids. And because as you can see, the electric cars are taking over. And most of these 16 to 20-year-olds don't care about cars anymore. They think of them just as a random tool. They're like, I just want to hop in it and I want it to take me where I go. They're not A and B kind of guys. Yeah, they don't know the connection it is. So with I have a race car called Klaus. It's a 1,500 horsepower LS swapped BMW kart. Like, it's this massive thing. You guys can see it. We'll be on Netflix later in the year. I can't talk about like the show and all that stuff, but we were on BBC Top Gear. Our YouTube channel with my boy Garrett Mitchell, who is Cletus McFarland. So we do all of his events with him all over the country. Just all kinds of crazy things. And we get these kids, like, you know, if you go to a car show and stuff, you see all these old boomers that are like, don't touch my car. They have signs saying, don't touch, don't touch, don't do this. My car is worth way more money than these cars. Kids, I've seen kids literally get by it and their dads are like, oh no, don't touch it. I'm like, which I respect that. I'm like, hey buddy, you like the car? They're like, yeah. I'm like, hey, and I'll pick them up, I'll put them in the car, and they're like, really? I was like, bro, I'm one of the most passionate person about cars, but at the end of the day, it's just a car. Then I'll let the kids start up the car. I let 5-year-olds rev the crap out of the car and get them in it, because
you doing big things.
Oh, absolutely. Because at the end of the day,
I ain't let nobody rev up my fucking Honda Pilot. Fuck out of here.
Because I tell everyone, I'm like, we got to get these kids into cars, because if not, our sport and our world's gonna disappear. Like, guys are already saying within 15 to 20 years. Yep. And that's why I hate, like, some of these 20-year-olds or 25-year-olds now, they call it like they're gatekeeping. They're making fun of kids that are, you know, when you're 16, you put lights or a spoiler on your car. People are trying to make fun of them. Like, we all did the same stuff. I do that now, too. I think that lights underneath the car are awesome. All my cars have lights underneath of them. And
I had we just got to get... Focus.
Absolutely. We got to get more and more the kids into the scene. And
speaking of customizing cars, I have to tell you guys something. Please. My first car was a 1985 and a half Ford Escort.
Man, that's crazy, because my first car was a 99 Escort.
See what I'm saying? And let me tell you, I took the whole dash apart. I painted that shit. Absolutely. Everything was blue and white. I had my speakers, they called it the bass score. Ooh. I had 2 15s, 2 12s, 2 8s, and a bunch of fucking horns in that.
You had all sound.
And true. That's all I gave a shit about at that point was my sound. Right. Now, I knew that when that bitch broke down, as long as I had electric, I could turn on the radio, and I'd pretty much vibrate myself home. So, but like you were saying, just about, you know, being a 16-year-old, and man, I do. Looking back on it now, it was fucking ludicrous, and it was stupid looking, you know. But it wasn't to me. It was that was the best thing I had ever had in my life. Oh shit! I had some white windshield wipers. Like who where you do that at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't go buy that shit. I spray painted my shit.
Like, when I go to, I really don't like the cars and coffee events because there's too many stuck-up people there, but we'll go there. I respect the kid with a spray painted Honda Civic that's done a whole bunch of work to his car more than I'll talk to some 60-year-old gentleman that's got a $200,000 Ferrari. I'm like, okay, yep, it's nice and all this. I'm like, what all have you done with it? I just had it detailed.
Right.
Cool. Can you tell me about it? Yeah, it says a 4.4 liter. It's got what's the sign say? It says it has this. I'm like, there's two different people. There's people that like cars, and then there's car enthusiasts. Like, a lot of rich people are like, they like cars. They don't care. They're using it as a status symbol. I would rather have the kid or someone that's just modifying their car and making it better than someone that just writes a check and doesn't care about it.
Yeah. That's one of my biggest regrets is I didn't learn how to work on I can't work on shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't work. I mean, I can change my oil, change my tires. Maybe change the battery, depending on where the fuck it's at. You know what I mean? I got YouTube now, so I might be able to, do something a little. I might be able to change my cabin air filter now. Because before you couldn't do that. Pull out the what's that shit called?
Which one?
Where you put all your little papers and shit. In the
glove box?
Glove box. You gotta pull out your glove. You gotta pull out your glove box, right?
To get that.
You gotta pull out your glove box. Take out these 2 screws. Remove this piece. There's a screw down here, and then you gotta lift up the hood and pull it out from there. It's like, what the fuck?
So next we're gonna have totally focused 15-minute oil change because everything he just listed, like that's
what
it.
we do. Yeah, we got on our YouTube channel. We have another like a how-to series, so where it's like how to change your oil, how to do your brakes, like and all this stuff in all your cars. And then we're working with my buddy's church this summer. And they have like a young adults men's group, and I guess women are allowed in it too. But not really. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Not underprivileged, but it's like single family or single parent homes. It's where these kids like don't have a dad or someone to show them with cars. So like starting in June, they'll be coming in once every other week. We're going to take like 5 or 6 kids in at once, and like these 16, 17-year-olds, we're going to teach them how to change oil in a car, check air pressure, change brakes, just because.
That's awesome.
Like, I see, that's how, like, my good neighbor is. Like, I see that he had, like, no father figure around, nothing going on. And, like, I noticed his car's making sounds. He's like, I don't know what any of this means. I'm like, I got you, man. I was like, let me show you how to change your oil. Hey, this is how you check this. This is how you do this. And I'm just all about, I guess, helping everyone. I hate seeing people struggle. Like, I don't know how some people can just watch someone struggle and then not help them.
Right.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
You got to do.
I do that shit all the time. I like to watch motherfuckers struggle. Oh, you can't do that shit either? Me either.
I had to eat cottage cheese every night. You can struggle.
And Monroe especially, like I'm starting to find that there's a huge space in that like car community. Like honestly, it's crazy to think, and I think you're starting to see this too a little bit, but like I would stack Monroe's car community up against Toledo's, and Toledo is a way bigger town. Like Monroe is like really a hot spot for that car community. Like we did a photo shoot Wednesday, and we had GT 500s, Track Hawks. Like we had probably honestly like $1 million in cars, just one place shooting right here in Monroe. So
I like it.
Absolutely. You just get those haters from everywhere. They're like, oh, the car scene here sucks. This sucks here. I'm like, no, it's you. You just suck. Because even when people are like I moved to Toledo when I was 18, and now I'm 34, so almost half my life's been up here, so I don't know when I can call myself a Toledoan. I guess I'm getting close to that. But people are like, oh, Toledo sucks, they're getting out of here. I'm like, Toledo's awesome. Compared to like what I came from, it's been getting so nice. Yeah. Downtown's getting so nice. People there are nice. They're like, oh, well, all these people are getting shot. I'm like, who are you hanging out with? I'm like, show me your 5 friends, and I will show you your future. Because that's exactly
facts.
what it is.
That is
like
facts.
if you're hanging around with a bunch of drug dealers and stuff, you're going to be the 6th one. You're hanging around 5 people that do this, you're going to be the 6th one. You know, back in the college days, girls were like, oh, all my friends are hoes, but I'm not. I'm like,
Yeah, you are, bitch.
Yeah, you are. Don't lie to me.
You want to come over?
But that's how
I've been looking for a girl just like you.
Yeah. Your area is what you make it, though. And your life's how you make it. If you want to sit around and mope, go for it. But that's why I've had some older friends that now like don't like me and don't talk to me, and I'm like, why? And then I've heard from other people, they're just like, well, it's probably because they started off the same as you, they've done the stuff the same as you, but now you own businesses or you do this, and they're not. I'm like, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We could all do the same thing. Just apply yourself. The people are like, oh, well, this sucks working a lot. I'm like, you're right. So either work your 9 to 5 and complain, or because your 9 to 5 pays your bills, and then your 5 to 9 is what's going to be your future. So I tell everyone, I'm like, yeah, it's going to suck.
Ooh,
just
spit them gems.
Right.
Spitting them gems. I love it.
I think that's like where we like everybody in this room I could kind of account for in that aspect too. Is like we I think that's why this even happened, is because we all just like a bunch of guys that just want to see each other do better. So and Carl said it best: your network is your net worth. And man,
I'm all about.
I wrote that down after I heard that. I was like,
yeah, that's dope.
So
support those who support you.
I might have to make that into a t-shirt.
I'm gonna tramp stamp that.
Right there around the butterfly.
Yeah. I would say if you do that, then we probably won't be your friend anymore.
Well, he does have a tramp stamp though.
Ooh. I know.
We gotta do that.
I know
on
somebody that can
on
take care of that
YouTube
for you.
channel.
It's on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's wild. So yeah, man, it's been great talking to you guys. I know we got to get out of here, but before we do, go and give us some shout outs of where they can find you at.
Yeah, so www.2jgroup.net. That's our website. We're on Facebook, 2J Digital Marketing and Media. Coming soon, 2J Automotive Media. That's going to be here within the next couple of months.
I want to.
And then we got,
you have no choice.
yeah, Carl, you're along for the ride whether you liked it or not. But
How you doing?
I've been looking at it. I've been eyeing it.
Oh, sorry. Carry on, Jared.
and then hopefully, long-term goals in the next year, so we'll have an office going and everything like that too. But for now, we're remote. So, but
Yeah.
Carl, shout out Hidden Motorsports.
Shoot, this is all you.
So, I mean, this guy, man, he's definitely given us a really good platform to get going and everything. So, if you got a performance vehicle of any type, not just BMWs. I know we've talked a lot about BMWs, but this guy's a wizard. He can work on anything.
That's our thing is BMW and European specialists, but right now the shop is full of LS and Chevys. Right.
Yeah,
now.
and he would love to work on your Toyota Prius as well.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
he can make
We'll
those run
swap that.
9-second quarter miles. So, JK.
And from my end of it, for Carl, I should just say I'm not a car guy. I'm not huge on cars. I love cars, but I love people. Carl's a good person. So if you want a good guy who will take care of you, I can trust wholeheartedly Carl would take care of anyone that walks through his doors.
Oh, absolutely.
And I couldn't leave this podcast without shouting my uncle out, of course.
Hey!
Go
ahead.
No, this guy's always been a big mentor, role model to me. Look up to you, man, big time. So
I appreciate
I got to
that.
give you props, man, because every time I'm seeing you posting podcasts and doing weddings, everything, I'm like, man, I got to get like Uncle Mike. So got to give you props, man. This
Isn't there
wouldn't be
man.
possible
Make
without
me
you.
like Mike or something like that. Like Mike.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
for sure. So.
He wants something for free.
Hey, man, after we leave here, I'm going to ask you for a loan. But no, I'm just kidding.
I hear you there.
All right.
Go ahead and give out some of your YouTube channels, that kind of stuff, Carl.
Yeah, so we're Hidden Motorsports. We got the YouTube channel. Literally just put in Hidden Motorsports. Shoot, you can Google Hidden Motorsports, and quite a few things will come up.
That's
We got
some bullshit.
Instagram. We got TikTok. Oh yeah, we got all kinds of cool stuff. And really, 2 years ago when we started doing more stuff, Googled my own company, and then there's news articles and stuff about me that I didn't see. And then there's fake profiles of my race car being sold. Someone's trying to sell it. I'm getting tagged in it. And I'm like, hey, does this mean we made it then? So there's getting fake profiles.
We were
and
just
stuff.
messing with you.
It was. It was actually, it was actually my car
you
was
got
for sale in Mexico 2 years ago. Legit, Tijuana, Mexico, my car was for sale. I'm like, no, it's not.
But
It's definitely not. But no, big shout out to Ernest Brew Works, Pappy Bob's Barbecue. They're the ones that have been with us, companies from the start. So my mom and Bob, which is kind of stepdad, kind of not step. I don't know. They've been together for 10 years and never get married because you know how that goes.
Right,
so
right.
stuff like that. And then Ernest Brew Works,
That's your pappy.
those guys, yeah, that's Pappy Bob. Listen, there's just, I can't even, when we do these shows, I always forget to thank people, but I'm like, you guys all know who you are because there's so many.
Right.
Because I guess I'm just very appreciative. So if someone's like, hey, I want to help you or I want to do this, I'm like, I still take that almost personally. I'm like, you want to help me? Why? Kind of thing. I'm like, that's so awesome. When Jared and you guys were just like, hey, we want to do some marketing for you. We want to do this. I'm like, why? Why do you want to help me? I'm like, what do I have to offer? I'm like, I don't know. I just think like that. I'm just very
You're just a humble guy.
appreciative.
you look good in jeans, huh?
I know, I'll get my skinny pants on back from high school.
There you
But
go.
I just really appreciate everyone, and everyone's welcome to the shop. We're at 1294 Conant Street, Unit 414 in Maumee, Ohio. We literally, our doors are always open. When it's warm out, all the doors are actually physically open. Big hangout area. It's a family-friendly hangout. We try to think of our shop as if you remember the first Fast and Furious, how they're always grilling, they're always cooking out. That's literally what we do every night. And we tell everyone, I'm like, come hang out. It's an open invite. I want to bring the friendly atmosphere. Hey, every night, oh yeah, we're going to stop at Hidden Motorsports. I'm sure they're grilling ribs. They got wings going, all this stuff. And everyone just hang out. I think of everyone as my family. I call everyone my brother, no matter what. Everyone's always my brother.
I love
and
it.
I just want everyone just to hang out and be cool. That's kind of the thing is be cool to everyone. And The rest is just like sprinkles on the ice cream. Everybody's doing good.
I love it. What about you, Tyler?
All I want to say for 2J, if you are thinking of starting a business, maybe you have one and it's not going the way you want, reach out to us. 2jgroup.net will help you get going. If maybe we need to get you a website, a landing page, as simple as it may be, we can help you. I know we can. That's what we do. We're getting really good at it. So 2jgroup.net. You can email us at info@2jgroup.net. Reach out to us. Give us a call. Let us help you.
I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
And for me, as always, I got to shout out Nina Chic Boutique and Custom Creations. She does all of BTT's merch. She does custom clothing. She does, as far as print work. She does sublimation. Once again, she does candles. She has some amazing candles. So check her out at Nina Chic Boutique on Facebook. I might have to get with my nephew and my new friends, and we might have a Facebook page coming even sooner than I thought. We can work some things out. As always, I want to shout out Six Blessings Cafe, 8 Mile Vodka, Chic Designs, and again, my man Spooky Films. Spooky, I did redo the intro video, but I'm gonna fuck with you and I'm gonna work with you on some shit. I promise. Because if you compared my new intro video with yours, it's okay. So I need some of that work, brother. I need some of that work. Let's talk. But yeah, it's great meeting you guys, man. Thank you for stopping up, man. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck to all of you, and fuck you. Good luck to me too.
Hey, balls are out.
Peace.
Good
I'm
talk.
out.
2J?
2J.